Ciao YouTube and welcome. I'm Bardos, I'm a professional Valorant player and I have almost 20 years of experience when it comes to gaming. I also hold a few number 1 scores in Kovacs, the FPS aim trainer. Today I'll be reviewing my main mouse, the G Pro Wireless X Superlight. In my reviews I want to give the perspective of a competitive gamer, not just a reviewer. So here's the mouse. We can all agree it looks beautiful, but does it also perform as well as it looks? Well, let's start from the pros. First of all, this is actually a remake of a very popular mouse called G Pro Wireless, and as you might have guessed, it's the Superlight version. So it weighs less, and it's a bit better in basically every aspect. So, first of all, it's still wireless, which is obviously great, especially because it's very rare to have a mouse that only weighs 60 grams and is wireless. Even the first G Pro Wireless was kinda insane when it came out. There was nothing on the market that was that light and wireless, and they really outdid themselves with this because, it's wireless, 60 grams, you have no idea how light it feels. Like, I've tried Superlight mice, but this is also wireless and kinda large. So when you grip it, it really fills your hand, but it's still extremely light, so you can move at insane speeds and still retain a lot of control thanks to the fact that it's super light. Now, of course, ultralight mice are not for everyone, but honestly, if you like the normal G Pro Wireless, I don't think you will be missing that extra weight. So apart from that, I think they improved the sensor a little bit, but the sensor in the G Pro Wireless was already rather insane. Basically in 2021, anything you get will have a good sensor that is basically flawless. Gone are the days where sensors had negative acceleration and stuff like that. So yeah, it probably has a little higher maximum DPI, but you shouldn't be playing on maximum DPI anyway. So if you stick to 400 or 800, the sensor will perform basically the same as the original G Pro Wireless. Now, something that they did change compared to the original G Pro Wireless, and that in my opinion is really a pro of this mouse, it's really good, are these new no additive PTFE mouse fit. Now, as you can see, they're kind of a weird color. They're not black because of the fact that they have no additives, and honestly, these are the best stock mouse fit that I've ever tried. Now, you should be careful because I've talked to many other G Pro Wireless X Superlight owners, and some of them say that they got mouse feet that were so thin that the plastic that is around them touch the mousepad, and that is very annoying. But honestly, it seems like a very rare occurrence. In general, I've tried a lot of gaming mice, and these are the best stock fit that I have ever tried. Even better than the Razer Viper Mini, which are good. Model D, these are better. And also, I can compare it here to an original G Pro Wireless, and you can see that it's not just the material that changed, but also the shape. They're rather larger, so that the top one especially gives you a lot more control, in my opinion. These ones were a little too small. Like, the mouse feet are way better. The glide on the G Pro Wireless Superlight is way better than what it was on the original G Pro Wireless. Something that is also different is the puck. People call it the puck, which is basically this cover on the bottom that you can see here. This is where you should be putting the receiver, and you can either use this, which is supposed to be the power play puck, which allows you to use power play mouse pads, or with the G Pro Wireless X Superlight, they didn't do this with the original G Pro Wireless. They also give you this, which is basically a PTFE puck that you can use on the bottom to basically have a complete, like, almost the whole surface area of the bottom of your mouse will be PTFE, which is honestly great, but I still like to use it without it, because I feel like the extra glide that I get from this is on. I could probably use it with it. I don't notice any difference. You should probably just try and see if you like it, but I use it without, just to lose that extra gram or something like that. Without it, I weighed my mouse and it's 59 grams. Like, with this size, it's not a small mouse, it's more of a medium mouse. And apart from that, let's talk about the shape of the G Pro Wireless X Superlight. Of course, there's nothing more to say than what you would say for the G Pro Wireless. And it's a very safe shape, okay? It's symmetrical, it's ambidextrous, and it's basically safe for all grips. I grip my mouse like this, which is basically a relaxed claw. And this mouse really complements my grip, because I can grip it from the sides and have a very, very tight grip and a lot of control. Now, of course, if you like ergomize, you will probably not love this shape too much, but it's still great. It's basically the safest shape on the market that you can possibly get. So it will probably not be your favorite shape, but it will be good enough. Now, let's talk about the size. My hand size is 19.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and honestly, you can see here, the mouse is really basically the perfect shape for me to claw grip. It fills my hand properly, and it's great. But if you have smaller hands, it might be a little too large, and you might be better off with something like the RTS from G-Wolves. Now, there's one more difference between the new G Pro Wireless X Superlight and the original G Pro Wireless, and that is that it also comes with grips. Now, as you can see, I have two original G Pro Wirelesses, and this is the first one that I ever got, which, by the way, had a lot of build control, like quality control issues that were fixed with the new G Pro Wireless X Superlight. Like this one, mouse 1 and 2 touched in the middle, I don't know if you can see, and that was very annoying when clicking both of them. Now, something that changed is the fact that the new G Pro Wireless X Superlight comes with grips. I would say don't use them. As you can see, I have used third-party grips with my old G Pro Wireless. These are old-line grips, and they weren't bad. But the new G Pro Wireless X Superlight has a better coating than the original G Pro Wireless anyway. And I tried the grips that were shipped with the mouse, and honestly, I hated them. I took them off basically as soon as I put them on, and just, use it without grips. You don't really need them. The coating is grippy enough. It's way grippier than this. Now, let's talk about the cons too. Basically, if you already have a G Pro Wireless, I would say only upgrade if you're really, really competitive and you want to spend that extra money. But right now, the mouse is very expensive, often not in stock, so you should probably wait a little bit to upgrade unless you're, a professional player or trying to be a professional or extremely competitive. And so yeah, the price is basically one of the cons because it's a very expensive mouse. I paid 180 euros for it because I pre-ordered it from the Logitech side, and that's just an insane amount of money for that, considering you can get a Razer Viper Mini for like 30 euros, and that's basically almost as good as this. It's not wireless, it's smaller, but you can use it somehow. And of course, the safe shape, it's kind of a love it or hate it thing. Like, some people really hate the G Pro Wireless X Superlight shape, so you have to try to know if you like it, which is also a con because it's not an ergonomic mouse. It doesn't really, force you to grip it in any particular way, which some people hate. And something that changes, there are no more right side buttons, which of course, if you're left-handed, might be a problem. And the last con that I would say is that this mouse was so hyped, and it was leaked by pro players and streams, and it's just that it could have been more exciting, let's be honest. Like, we all expected something more. It's just basically a slightly better G Pro Wireless. It's still an insane mouse because the original G Pro Wireless was already an insane mouse, but that's it basically. So yeah, if you want to buy it, you can use the affiliate link in the description, and make sure to subscribe and like if you want more reviews. Goodbye.